Welcome to our channel. Today we're taking a delicious trip down memory lane to rediscover some sweet treasures from the past. Once beloved desserts, these cakes have faded into history over the years, but we're here to bring them back to the spotlight. So, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's dive into the flavors of yesteryear that deserve a comeback in our kitchens today. Angel Food Cake stood out for its light, airy texture and its simplicity. Made primarily from egg whites, sugar, and flour, it was a low-fat alternative to richer cakes. The cake's unique texture comes from whipping egg whites to form stiff peaks before folding in the dry ingredients. This technique creates a delicate, spongy cake that pairs well with fresh fruits and whipped cream. One of the interesting aspects of Angel Food Cake in the 70s was the rise of boxed cake mixes. Brands like Betty Crocker and Duncan Hines offered convenient mixes that made baking this cake easy and accessible. These mixes were a hit among busy homemakers looking for quick dessert solutions. The popularity of these mixes was part of a broader trend toward convenience foods during this decade. The cake was often seen at potlucks, picnics, and family gatherings. It was a versatile dessert that could be dressed up with various toppings. A common variation involved glazing the cake with a light lemon icing, or adding a layer of fresh strawberries and whipped cream. Its lightness made it a favorite for warm weather occasions. In the 70s, carrot cake was a staple in American kitchens. This dessert, known for its moist texture and sweet, slightly spiced flavor, became incredibly popular during this decade. Its rise to fame can be linked to the Back to Nature movement, which emphasized healthier ingredients. Carrots, a key ingredient, were viewed as a wholesome addition to traditional cake recipes. Carrot cake dates back to medieval times, but it gained significant popularity in the United States during the 70s. A major influence was the publication of popular cookbooks and magazines that featured the recipe. One notable cookbook, The Joy of Cooking, included a carrot cake recipe that many home bakers relied upon. Additionally, well-known brands like Duncan Hines and Betty Crocker began offering carrot cake mixes, making it easier for people to prepare at home. The cake typically included ingredients such as grated carrots, crushed pineapples, nuts, and a blend of warm spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. It was often topped with a rich cream cheese frosting, which provided a tangy contrast to the sweetness of the cake. Despite its name, German chocolate cake is not German, but distinctly American. It was named after Sam German, who created a type of dark baking chocolate for the Baker's Chocolate Company in 1852. In 1957, a recipe for German's chocolate cake appeared in a Dallas newspaper, sent in by a Texas homemaker, Mrs. George Clay. Throughout the 70s, German chocolate cake was known for its rich, sweet flavor. The cake consists of layers of chocolate cake filled and topped with a pecan and coconut frosting. The use of Baker's German sweet chocolate in the recipe was a signature touch, giving it a distinct taste. Baker's Chocolate prominently marketed their product as essential for making the best German chocolate cake. Betty Crocker and Pillsbury released boxed cake mixes and frosting to make it easier for home bakers to whip up this dessert. In the 70s, lemon chiffon cake was a popular dessert in American households. Invented in 1927 by Harry Baker, a Los Angeles insurance agent, the cake quickly gained fame for its light and airy texture. Chiffon cake is distinct from other cakes because it uses vegetable oil instead of butter, which keeps it moist. This cake is made by folding whipped egg whites into the batter, giving it a fluffy and light texture. The lemon version, with its tangy and zesty taste, stood out among other flavors. During the 70s, boxed cake mixes were very popular, with brands like Betty Crocker and Duncan Hines leading the market. These companies offered lemon chiffon cake mixes, making it easy for home bakers to prepare this sophisticated cake without starting from scratch. Its lightness made it a preferred choice for summer desserts. Many people enjoyed it with a dusting of powdered sugar or a light glaze, and some added fresh berries for extra flavor. Devil's Food Cake, a rich and moist chocolate cake, was a popular dessert in the USA during the 70s. Known for its deep chocolate flavor and fluffy texture, this cake was often seen at family gatherings, potlucks, and holiday celebrations. The cake's origins date back to the early 20th century, but it gained significant popularity in the post-World War II era. One notable aspect of Devil's Food Cake is its use of baking soda, which gives it a lighter, airier texture compared to other chocolate cakes. The cake is typically frosted with a rich chocolate icing, adding to its decadent appeal. Some variations included a layer of cream cheese or buttercream frosting, providing a delightful contrast to the dense chocolate layers. During the 70s, many households were experimenting with new recipes, and Devil's Food Cake was a favorite. Magazines and cookbooks often featured it, offering various twists and improvements to the classic recipe. Celebrities and TV shows also highlighted the cake, cementing its place in American dessert culture. In the 70s, Hummingbird Cake emerged as a popular dessert in the United States. Originating from the southern states, this cake became a household favorite, celebrated for its unique combination of flavors and easy preparation. Hummingbird Cake is believed to have originated in Jamaica, where it was known as the Dr. Bird Cake, named after the island's national bird, the swallow-tailed hummingbird. The recipe made its way to the United States in the late 60s and gained significant popularity by the 70s. One of the first known publications of the recipe in the U.S. was in Southern Living magazine in 1978, submitted by Mrs. L.H. Wiggins of Greensboro, North Carolina. The cake is known for its moist texture and rich flavor, achieved through the use of bananas, crushed pineapples, and pecans. These ingredients were widely available and relatively inexpensive, making the cake accessible for home bakers. Companies like Dole and Chiquita promoted the use of pineapples and bananas in various recipes, including cakes. These marketing efforts helped integrate tropical fruits into everyday American baking. Tunnel of Fudge Cake became famous after winning second place in the 1966 Pillsbury Bake-Off contest, thanks to Ella Helfrich from Houston, Texas. This cake's unique feature was its gooey, fudge-like center, which was a novelty at the time. The recipe used a boxed cake mix, specifically Pillsbury's Double Dutch Fudge Buttercream Frosting Mix, along with nuts and other basic ingredients. The Tunnel of Fudge Cake was a sensation because it was simple to make yet delivered a rich, decadent experience that felt luxurious. It was popular at potlucks, family gatherings, and holiday parties. People loved the surprise of the soft, fudgy center that contrasted with the outer cake layer. This cake became a symbol of the era's baking trends, where convenience and decadence met in home kitchens. However, the Tunnel of Fudge Cake's popularity declined when Pillsbury discontinued the key ingredient, the frosting mix, in the early 80s. Without this mix, the cake couldn't achieve the same texture and flavor, and it started to fade from memory. Although some bakers tried to recreate it using alternative methods, it never quite captured the original magic. Italian cream cake, with its rich layers and unique flavor, became a favorite at gatherings and celebrations. Despite its name, Italian cream cake isn't originally from Italy. It is believed to have southern roots, gaining fame in the American South before spreading nationwide. The cake is made with buttermilk, shredded coconut, pecans, and a cream cheese frosting. These ingredients create a moist, flavorful cake with a slightly crunchy texture due to the nuts. In the 70s, bakers often used well-known brands like Baker's Angel Flake Coconut and Diamond Pecans, adding to the cake's distinct taste. The cake's popularity was partly due to its appearance in community cookbooks and women's magazines. Betty Crocker and Pillsbury also featured recipes helping to cement its place in American kitchens. However, over the years, Italian cream cake's popularity waned. It is rich and calorie-dense, which doesn't align well with modern dietary trends that emphasize low-fat and low-sugar options. Additionally, the ingredients can be costly, and the preparation time is longer compared to other desserts, which might deter home bakers. Texas sheet cake is known for its simplicity and rich chocolate flavor. Made in large, flat pans, it was perfect for feeding a crowd, making it a staple at potlucks, church gatherings, and family reunions. The batter includes basic pantry staples like flour, sugar, eggs, and cocoa powder. What set it apart was the boiling of butter, cocoa, and water, poured over the dry ingredients, creating a moist and dense texture. The signature frosting, applied while the cake was still warm, was a glossy, fudge-like layer that seeped into the cake, enhancing its moistness. Texas sheet cake wasn't just popular for its taste, but also for its convenience. The ease of making it in a single large pan meant less time baking and more time enjoying the event. It was an ideal dessert for the era, fitting perfectly into the culture of communal gatherings. Its exact origins are unclear, but its name and popularity are often associated with the southern United States, where it was a favorite for its simplicity and crowd-pleasing nature. Popular in the United States during the 70s, spice cake, known for its warm flavors of cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves, often made appearances at family gatherings, potlucks, and holiday celebrations. In the 70s, Betty Crocker and Duncan Hines were two leading brands that offered spice cake mixes. These mixes provided a convenient way for home bakers to whip up a delicious cake without starting from scratch. Spice cake mixes were often paired with cream cheese or caramel frosting, enhancing their rich flavor profile. Spice cake's popularity increased after its frequent appearance at church bake sales and community events. Home cooks appreciated its simple preparation and the way it filled the house with a comforting aroma. It was also a common choice for birthday parties, offering a nice alternative to the more typical chocolate or vanilla cakes. So, which one of these forgotten treats sparked a memory for you? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss another tasty episode.